Noel and Cory.
They're not role models, not even human. They're cartoons. Some of the things they do would cause a person to get hurt, expelled, arrested, possibly deported. To put it another way, don't try this at home.
It's Noel and Cory's Positively Awesome Pro Wrestling Show! Tonight on the show, Noel discusses his opinions on pro wrestling for the week, all while wearing cool shades. With special guest, local pro wrestler Torturous Tony Sly! All this plus the premiere of Noel's SuperKick of the week. And now, introducing the only two guys on the internet, as fearless as Nikki Bella, Noel and Cory. Woo!
All right, welcome to our first episode. He's Noel.
And he's Cory.
And this is our Positively Awesome Pro Wrestling Show. This week we're going to talk about a lot that happened in pro wrestling.
Yeah.
From the WWE to ROH to
Impact.
Impact Wrestling, yeah. And let's start the whole show off by talking about Noel's new favorite show.
205 Live.
Yeah, 205 Live.
Yes.
Woo!
Leo Rush makes good. Yeah, he is on his way up. He is moving up pretty fast.
Who thought they would pump him after he was in the doghouse, supposedly?
Yes, and
now you wonder, was that all just
clever ruse?
yeah, to keep him off NXT TV?
Well,
You know, they do that with people where they sometimes don't put them on they put them on their house shows.
Didn't
and
they
everything.
have him? I think he had a few matches.
Well,
on
they
NXT
might
TV.
show like one or two, but I mean
Yeah.
they don't make them like a storyline or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like one or two.
Yeah. Well, he beat Tozawa.
That's
and
kind of-
Cedric is looking for challengers. It probably won't be too long before they throw Leo at him. So, wonder how that'll go. I love Cedric Alexander, and I also like the
I'm
House
assuming
Party.
they probably did some stuff on the Indies maybe
Yeah.
together.
It's quite
They were-
possible.
you
They
know,
were in a
companies.
Ring of Honor together.
Yeah.
I don't know if they ever worked together,
Yeah, I don't know
but same
either.
company at least. So
They were definitely around. So.
yeah, definitely around. So yeah, moving up a little too fast, maybe just a little too fast.
Maybe they've really been pumping him, but it's 205 Live, so how up are you really moving?
Yeah, we'll see. Speaking of moving up too fast or things going too fast, Aleister Black, the belt, right off.
Oh, right
just
off
like-
of NXT, man.
Yeah.
What, two defenses, I think? Though it was
Yeah.
one at a takeover,
Yeah.
but he wasn't the main event.
Yeah, well, geez, you know, it's like you just got it, or I don't know. Do you think the luster kind of just kind of wore off?
I don't know if it's that or they just are, or maybe it was the fact that maybe they were trying to do a longer feud with Lars Sullivan, but during that last match, they claim he actually broke his jaw.
But he broke his jaw before it, and they just tried to put it into the
Oh,
story.
did he?
Yeah.
I thought he broke it.
No,
like,
he actually.
during the
It
thing.
was.
So
broke
that's
beforehand.
That's probably it. I mean, he did that one match. They probably had a whole thing set up, and now they were like, well, what do we do?
Oh, who knows?
And or they really want Takeover to be huge, and
Well,
Gargano
yeah,
and
with
Ciampa
Gargano and
had a
Ciampa.
big match last time.
Yeah, with Ciampa holding the belt. I
You
mean,
had a third one.
I still think it would have been cool if it was just Ciampa and Black for like the main event for the next takeover. I mean, by themselves.
Oh,
I
you
think
knew they were
could've-
building up for Gargano to get in there
yeah,
somehow.
Yeah, so
I mean,
it's the
they wouldn't be wasting him still in NXT if they weren't doing this.
Yeah, so we're getting the three-way with them at the next takeover. So be interesting to see how that one.
So are they the first two guys to main event two takeovers in a row?
Yeah.
Possibly, because most people that main event a takeover leave, like go get
Straight
promoted,
up to the main roster? Yeah.
or
Yeah.
you're the next one to take the belt,
Yeah.
and then that guy goes up. So,
Yeah.
huh?
And speaking of triple threats, the women's triple threat, was the number one contender for the
Oh yeah,
women's title?
that was really good with Sane and Nikki Cross, and who was the third chick?
Candice LeRae.
Oh yeah, Candice. She's really been pulling out some big
Candice
moves.
had a nice cannonball there off the
Yeah.
drilled Sane, and then Nikki gave her the reverse DDT on the ramp for her troubles. So, well, Nikki already got her shot. Candice, it's a little too soon, so I guess
It's Sane
Kyrie
again.
Sane, yeah.
Well, they've
so-
had one. She won the Mae Young
Young,
Classic,
yeah.
and then Baszler won the belt, or they defended the belt,
So,
kept the belt, and now it's number 3.
So,
Which
yeah.
is this when they bring Baszler up to the main event,
Or
main
is-
roster because of Rousey?
yeah. Or do
Or did they bring? Or
As
does Sane
arcades.
lose and then Sane goes up to the main event? They seem really hyped on her. She's
Yeah.
been like like up in their main event of the women's, like since
Yeah.
she showed up.
And they bring her up and they do what they did to Asuka.
Well, but no, Asuka, they did a bunch, and they're in a storyline. You just can't keep having someone beat everyone.
Oh,
then
I know
what?
that.
I
But
mean,
it just seems
it's
like
fun with I like Carmella as the champion.
Yeah, it seems like though she's been on losing a little bit too much. I didn't mind the loss to Charlotte. That was a good match. So yeah, for Charlotte to bring her A game and for Asuka to do it, not a bad way, you know. So she lost, big deal. But you know, there should be some. There's
I
been a
imagine
few.
they're going to have her win it soon, and that what they're doing is they're just prolonging Carmella until Charlotte's ready to come back. Because I
Yeah.
guess it wasn't just one breast implant rupture, but both of them ruptured when they
Oh.
went in for surgery.
Double your pleasure,
So,
double your fun.
Yeah. So I imagine that might be a little of the reason why she's, you know,
Yeah.
they've been keeping this going is something for her to do until
Yeah.
then once Charlotte gets back, then she'll probably beat
Yeah.
Carmella,
Right.
and then it will be Charlotte versus her.
Yeah.
Though they have pumped up the fact that Carmella beat Charlotte twice and Asuka twice, so there's that one too.
Yeah. But yeah, with Kari saying that.
Basically
could be,
means Mella is money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has she done,
And
has she done
then
the,
Carrie Singh's gonna come up with
has
her
she done the
pirate-
moonwalk DDT? Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think so. She
Uh,
should.
She should.
That's one that
Yeah, Carrie's saying though, in her pirate gimmick, that would be cool.
Her yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. Speaking, going back to NXT where we were at there, what else was? Oh yeah, the War Raiders. I still think that's a terrible name.
No
for 'em.
way.
But that was a
They're
good
raiding.
little mini documentary / vignette, whatever you want to call it.
Showing who they are.
Yeah, with all
Let people love 'em.
the footage from various companies.
They did some
Progress, Ring
crazy
of Honor, New
stuff.
Japan, yeah.
It just took them a little longer because Rowe got into like a motorcycle accident when they were first starting out or something.
But you know, he got back into it and his arm was rebuilt and everything.
They do some crazy stuff that
Yeah.
you're just kind of like, wow, they'll be a cool tag team.
Yeah, well, they've been a cool tag team.
Oh yeah,
Right
they'll
now,
be
it's
fun
just-
on the main event.
Yeah,
I
we'll see
mean
how it
main
goes.
roster, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully they don't turn into a comedy act or something.
No, I don't think they turned them into it,
Yeah,
not
let's-
to begin with.
Don't put anything past Vince.
That's true. Who
Yeah.
knows?
Let's see, what
And
else
it could
was
be
there?
hilarious too.
Oh yeah, Lacey Evans, yeah. Man, she looks like she's really, looks like she could hurt you. Looks like she's really hurting.
They're really pumping her. She's gonna be a gem that they found, and I don't think she
Yeah.
came out of the indies at all. I think they found her. She came. Well, they claim she was in the military and everything.
Yeah, I think she
But
was,
I-
is she a Brit? Or an Aussie, or?
No, she's from the United States.
Oh, okay.
She's like
Thought I heard an
from
accent
like
on
South Carolina, so
Oh.
you'd hear a southern accent a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Well, let's see.
But I don't think she was on the indies. I think she's one that they found somewhere and they have built up.
Yeah, so it's.
They do know how to pick. The ones that they find seem to always end up, like for the most part, doing really well. Like the ones that don't come out of the indies a lot of times,
Yeah.
they seem to pick them pretty well. I mean, they
Yeah.
pick athletic women. They pick one out of the bodybuilding or something
Yeah.
where they're, you know.
Yeah. And speaking of athletic, Velveteen Dream, he is going to shine at the next.
He
event.
always shines. He's the Velveteen
The
Dream.
promo was great that they did, but yeah, it's him and EC3. I think
That's gonna be
I think
good.
Velveteen needs this one. EC3, you know.
Yeah, but EC3 needs it too, because what have they done with him yet?
Oh yeah, but
Like
you got to
nothing,
remember,
it's
is he walked
EC3,
away and
man.
went to Dixie's, so you know.
No, but he didn't walk away. Did they even? He was in developmental, and they might have not offered him a contract. And then he came in red hot into when TNA, like he had the vignettes at first that no one knew who he was yet.
Yeah.
And all of a
Got him
sudden
in
he's
a
a
good time.
Carter. I mean,
Yeah.
it was an awesome angle
Yeah.
for him.
It
It was cool.
Yeah, it worked good. Now, well, I
And
don't
they
know.
kept it in the E. That's the most hilarious part, that they kept EC3.
Yeah. I still think.
Man, if
that-
only they could get his Aunt Dixie to show up once or something. I mean,
Oh.
she did stuff for the Kurt Angle stuff. She's not part of TNA anymore.
Yeah.
She'd totally
Yeah.
show up at a WWE event, like all like could talk about Aunt.
Yeah,
I wish he would
laugh
still
behind her back.
bring up Aunt Dixie.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
Mention her and you know.
Yeah,
that'd
just
be
that
us.
he constantly would reference Aunt Dixie.
I still
and
think the
people
Dream
from the
needs to go.
Indies would know who he's talking about.
Yeah. Well, people who.
Well, the Dream
watch
does
that.
need match, but
I think he could use this. I think he.
that's a
really
hard
could use
one.
it.
Yeah, they both kind of.
Yeah, but EC3, I don't know. The two of them. Jeez, I gotta say Dream on that one.
I don't know.
Sorry.
EC3's done some cool stuff. No.
Yeah. Well, anyway, off from NXT now. You're mentioning TNA/Impact. You still call it TNA.
Who everyone calls it.
No,
TNA.
I call it, you trick me and I say TNA. I'm trying to make you say Impact. Doesn't work.
The problem is that we have a local company around here called Impact.
Impact Pro Wrestling down in Des Moines, yeah.
And so because we're from Iowa,
If you haven't guessed already.
yeah, probably the best state in the country.
Yeah.
A lot of corn, pigs,
Soybeans,
soybeans.
wrestling, football.
Yeah, so it's
wrestling,
hard to call it
basketball.
Impact because I'm
Yeah.
unsure what people are talking about then.
Well, one is Impact Pro, so yeah.
I mean, I'd rather just say TNA. It will always be TNA in my heart, Noel. In my heart.
In your heart. Well, anyway, speaking of Impact, there's an impact made on Moose's nads. Aries,
Yeah, he
once
kicked
again.
them real good.
Yes, got him real good. in
All the
old
Moose.
beanbag. Yes, but Moose got it
Are
right
they
up.
pumping
and
it up? Is Moose gonna win the title
I
this
think
Sunday?
I
Noel?
think Moose is gonna do it. I think Moose will pull it out.
Moose.
Yeah.
And then they do something like he wins it and then the next night loses it or something.
Oh.
Loses it back. I mean, I could see him doing that.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. I wouldn't mind seeing Eli Drake, who is back with the company again, was off for a little bit doing the negotiations with the contract. So he's back with the company, and tonight he has Joe Hendry, Grado's buddy, who is, I don't know, is this guy supposed to be comedy like Grado or what? I mean,
He's got to be from Europe, right?
yeah, he's
Like,
from Europe. He's from
I
Scotland.
mean, they've
think,
done
or
stuff
something.
probably together.
But yeah, he's
And they're building a whole angle of.
the little comedy bit he does there for.
Yeah, that was an interesting loss for Eli Drake right there.
Yeah, it was, and it's Eli.
But
Eli needs to
you
get
can
back in
see
that.
because he's just come back after signing, so there doesn't really have an angle yet where they're in a storyline, so it makes sense.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if they're gonna.
And he's a big enough at TNA that he can get away with having a loss.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll do a little bit of a program.
It will be after the pay-per-view, and then he'll get back into the main event scene.
Or they'll do something where Henry,
Because
finds
who knows,
out
maybe
Henry's screwing.
Aries will lose it, and we won't see him for a minute because he's the belt. He's all over the world, so
Yes,
maybe
yes,
he's
he
got
is.
some. But then again, they shoot like 6 months in a week, so
That's
in
true.
like 1 week,
Yes.
so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
Like they've been they shot all this stuff up into like
yeah.
months ago,
Yeah.
so all this time they've just been waiting. I guess Moose has been training.
Mhm. He was gone for a few weeks doing some training.
Moose.
And then we found out, Scarlett Bordeaux was.
Yeah, that's awesome.
The mystery woman has
She's-
finally come forward. Yes.
She's good. Like I mean, for
I thought you
ROH.
thought she stunk.
No. She was in ROH, and I mean, she didn't do anything really in ROH. She was just one of the hoopla hotties, I think they called them at the time.
Oh yeah.
She was the one that they convinced that was willing to have her top ripped off, but she covered herself real fast on a pay-per-view. But then just recently she was in India, and I think she did a tour with Stardom. So you got to be halfway decent, or you're
Yeah.
getting trained
Yeah.
to be awesome decent if you've been in Stardom. And I think. I'm unsure if she did stuff in Shine. I don't think so. Maybe Shimmer.
Mm.
That seems to be where they're grabbing everyone from is the Shine, Shimmer.
And also Shotzi Blackheart
Yeah, heard
broke
that
her
she
ankle.
broke her ankle
Yeah.
at some
Shine,
small
Shimmer.
event.
Where'd she come from? Shine.
No, she came. Well, they say Rise, but wasn't she? I believe that I first heard about her on like Black Label Pro, I believe.
No, either way.
And yeah, she's on
Broken ankle.
Shimmer and Shine. So yeah, that's a big disappointment. Right before the TNA tapings too. At least if she would have broke it like a week later, she would have had all the tapings done.
They can do vignettes with her.
But yeah,
so-
hopefully they don't just drop her or something because she's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, vignettes would probably be.
They've gotten a lot. That
Keep her on
Kira
TV.
Hogan that they
Yeah.
picked up that was in Shine. She was part of the Cutie Pie Club back in the day. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, it was her, Aria Blake, which is my favorite female pro wrestler, and Candy Cartwright. And Candy was and then now she's like Shine Nova champion. She's the one that beat Priscilla Kelly.
Hmm.
But I haven't even seen Priscilla Kelly lately.
Yeah.
But then again, I think maybe Shine's this weekend too. There's a lot of big events, and then next weekend's that Impact Pro, the big Dan Gable wrestling event in our hometown, in Noel's hometown of Waterloo. Lock your doors when you drive through Waterloo, Iowa.
Nah, just don't drink the water. That's all. Anyway, back to Impact. We saw Killer Cross again. I know you don't like him. He basically destroyed Petey, choked him out.
I must
with
have been
his-
feeding my chickens when that happened.
Yeah, you didn't miss much. Petey got killed.
I saw it and just forgot it right
So,
away.
yeah.
So either way, I'm okay with forgetting.
Yeah. And then
What
of
a
course,
disappointment.
Falaba, one of my favorites.
Oh, he's awesome.
Love Fala. Fala and KM had a match with Desi Hit Squad, who I still think are greener than goose crap, and took the loss. People love the combination of Bala and KM, so hey, keep them together, get them on TV.
Yeah, they're a fun
do
tag
it.
team.
Yeah,
They need something in
Yeah.
Impact,
yeah,
and at least these guys are getting more of a chance.
yeah, yep. And then, let's see, what do we have coming? Oh yeah, we have coming up for the Slammiversary.
Oh man, that's gonna be such an awesome
Yeah.
pay-per-view in the Rebel Center complex in Canada.
Canada. Yeah, we're gonna have the 5150 street fight with LAX and the OGs. So that's gonna be brutal. Plus we got Tommy Dreamer and Eddie Edwards also in a House of Hardcore
Yeah,
match.
that's
So there's
gonna
gonna
be
be some
brutal.
blood, I think.
Oh yeah, they're
There's gonna be some
really
blood.
well. Being that it's actually a real pay-per-view for TNA,
Yeah.
they're gonna pull out. They
There
got
will
to
be
because
blood.
that company needs something to happen.
Yeah.
Sammy Callahan had his. I mean,
Oh
has
yeah,
been
the hair match. Yeah.
holding the company. People have been talking about him a
He's
lot.
the draw.
but, Yeah,
Well, he's the hair versus mask match.
yeah, that's gonna be
on there.
interesting.
Yeah, this week's TV Pentagram went aggro
He had
on.
zero fear.
Yeah, he just went crazy on the Chris brothers and Sammy. So yeah, he definitely he got some good punishment in. So now it's it's war basically. I don't see Pentagram losing his mask though.
No, I don't
think
see him
anybody
losing his
is,
mask
no.
in TNA
Yeah.
at a pay-per-view in Canada.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. Or there's speaking of the Canada and the matches in Canada and Slammiversary,
Yeah.
we have Sue Young versus Madison Rain.
Oh, that's gonna be awesome. Is Madison
Been
Rae
doing-
gonna end up with 2 belts by the end of the weekend?
Been doing a lot of those gimmicks.
Because she's on what? Is it
Yeah.
tonight? She's
Tonight,
on ROH?
she has
and then
Susie
she's got a day
Sky.
to make it to Canada.
Yeah. So is she gonna take both belts? Is she gonna put Sumi over tonight? We'll see.
Is she actually retiring? Is this her last big last hurrah that ROH is giving her?
Put over, give her a chance to put some people over maybe.
Yeah, who knows?
But yeah, this thing with her and Sue Young, Sue, they keep doing the creepy promos and stuff.
Yeah, they've been really on those ever
Yeah.
since the Hardys did them.
Yeah. They really
But they've
need-
done some cool ones. I mean, they're cool.
Yeah.
I like what they're doing with Sue Young.
Yeah. Speaking of the creepy promo type stuff, Rosemary, we need Rosemary back soon because she's super scary.
Yeah. But what about Tessa Blanchard versus Allie?
Oh yeah, I
Oh,
forgot about
Tessa.
that. Yeah, Tessa.
People might claim she has a bad attitude. I say, man, she's part of the the real 4 horsemen. Not,
Yeah.
she just knows how you act behind.
Well, is she?
I mean, they were all wooing in your face and demanded everything. I mean, why would she not do the same?
Yeah.
That's
well,
her character, man.
Well, she definitely looks snotty as hell on
That's
TV.
and that's what she needs.
And
That's
she
what
is
she's
backstage,
doing.
Yeah, well,
She
good
needs.
luck.
She just needs to embrace it and be more of the 4 horsemen character.
Well, she's
Speak-
Tully.
yeah.
Well, Tully was pretty cocky.
Yeah, she
that
should
was-
be too.
Tully can back it up though.
Yeah. And
But
she
he
can,
also
too.
had a great partner in Arn Anderson.
She just if they put her with, she's dating Ricochet,
Well,
so
good for her.
she could have an awesome partner. He's awesome,
Yeah.
the one and only.
Yeah. Ricochet.
Yeah, he is pretty good.
Yeah. Speaking of
Ricochet.
WWE product.
Man, I heard Flip Gordon hasn't been booked yet.
Yeah, Flip Gordon. Yeah. Flip floppy.
Yeah, I mean Ricochet flipping, pretty much the
Yeah.
same thing, Noel.
Did they ever have a match? That would have been interesting to just see all the
I
crazy
doubt it because he
flip-flops
was
and
just
fly.
started at ROH and Ricochet never really did ROH, did he?
Yeah. It
And
would
he
have been
was-
interesting
And he
to
was
see if
in
they had a match together.
the Lucha, and I don't think Flip's in Lucha, and I don't think
Yeah.
he'd go to Lucha because he's with
Yeah.
and
And
New
Flip's,
Japan and
yeah,
stuff.
and Flip's still young, and still, he's just new to it.
He's
Ricochet's
just
been at
flipping.
it for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, speaking of back to WWE, Raw started off with the triple threat matches. Gee, I wonder who's going to win those. Bobby Lashley and Roman Reigns. So what? They're going to fight yet again. How many times do we got to see Roman Reigns get a chance? Are
Who
we gonna
knows?
get a-
But maybe they'll give it to Lashley because that's an interesting one. Everyone kind of wants to see Lashley versus Lesnar.
Or they'll give us a triple threat.
That
for
could
him
be
and
that could be
Lesnar
an
and
interesting
blah, blah,
match.
blah.
I mean, why else did they sign Bobby Lashley other than to do this?
I don't know.
Was
Maybe he has a
because
great personality.
it's an interesting angle of him versus Lesnar because they both did the MMA thing. Only
Yeah.
Lesnar was much more successful at it.
Yes, he was.
Lashley never, but Lashley also didn't get to walk in and Lesnar did like what 1 or 2 before he went for the UFC.
Yeah, it didn't take him.
Lesnar had a bigger name though. You can't. You
Yeah.
know, it's not his fault. It's the same as CM Punk.
Yeah.
It's not his fault.
Yeah. Speaking
Well
of
known.
speaking of MMA, Ronda Rousey. Yeah, we've seen this whole you're suspended thing, and then you show up anyway. It's nothing new. It's just like
Well, they said she was
putting
suspended
asses in
from
seats.
Raw, but not from the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Only Raw, because the pay-per-view is a combined effort now. So
Maybe.
we already all knew that. Ah.
And more women's wrestling. Sasha and Bailey. Did they miss the opportunity to make a really crazy match that could have just? I really would have loved to have
They're
seen
saving it for SummerSlam.
Stone Cold Bailey just come out and just start whipping everybody. And
Everyone's wanted to see Bailey turn
stunner
heel.
and-
That'd be the best for
Not
her.
so much heel, just
Oh, heel would be
gray
the best.
area badass like Stone Cold.
Yeah,
just
maybe.
like, he did.
I've been
people
bored
love
with
him,
Bailey for years.
but
Like
that's
you know,
why this gimmick would have been this.
and then they're just bringing down Sasha Banks. I mean, she's the boss, and here she's stuck with Bailey.
Well, that's why they could have done something with this. Really done something with it. I think they're missing the opportunity.
I think they're just missing the opportunity by having Bailey on the roster.
Speaking of more women's wrestling,
Yeah.
continue the trend. Yeah.
Are we gonna talk about Mr.
Amber-
Mickey James yet? Oh wait.
Oh, we will
Soon?
later. Mickey wasn't on the program this week. However, we
How
did
is
have
Mickey not on the program this week?
Mickey. I don't know.
What
she had
the
something
heck?
to do.
Man.
Wait, isn't she on?
No,
She
she's
on-
on Raw.
She is on Raw.
She
okay.
comes out with Alexa Bliss all
That's
the time.
right. That's right.
She probably
yeah.
did come out with Alexa Bliss.
And then got jumped by Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
But Ember Moon and
Noel's really
Sarah
high
Logan.
on Ember Moon.
Yeah,
He likes her.
she's pretty cool.
And Sarah Logan's awesome. She was
Yeah.
crazy on the Indies, crazy Mary Dobson.
Got her first win, and it was a solid match. I like that dive that Ember did. She had some quickness on that one.
Well, with Ruby being out for a couple weeks, it's given the other two a chance to
Shine and kind of move up and show
move
their
up. I mean,
stuff,
they can
yeah.
wrestle. Well, at least
Yeah.
Sarah Logan can. I don't really. Liv Morgan's another one that I think came out of
Yeah.
never indie. But like Sarah Logan did a bunch of like deathmatch stuff.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, real crazy. Hence the name Crazy Mary Dobson on the
Yeah.
Indies.
Let's see. What else was there? Oh yeah, Titus Worldwide and Worldwide and Authors of Pain. Again, this is like they just did this like.
They kind
every
of just.
week. So keep feeding us the
You
same
would have
stuff.
thought with the build up in NXT, they would have brought the Authors of Pain in, like beating everybody and like going right towards.
Oh yeah, that's right, B Team.
Oh yeah.
Well, they could have gone after the Hardy and Wyatt. Yeah, they could have done that. I don't know. They, the whole idea.
No, they should have put them on SmackDown, and I mean, isn't them versus the Bludgeon Brothers? Big guys, they should have came in like unstoppable, like biggest force from NXT, and they're big enough to hold that they should, that you'd see a brutal match with them versus the Bludgeon Brothers.
Yeah. Well, the
And
other.
doesn't that just make sense? Like what are they now? They're just jobbers
No,
already.
it all goes back
Stuck
to.
with Titus Worldwide. Oh God!
Yep.
Look at what happened to Apollo Crews. He
Yeah.
was Ooh-Ah Nation
Now he's
on
Jobber to
the
Stars.
Indies doing awesome.
Yeah.
Man,
and
now
what
he's
happens?
stuck doing this.
And speaking of jobber tag teams, the Ascension.
Man, I can't believe they're still around.
Yeah, they got on TV.
How do those guys
Congrats.
keep getting paid?
Yeah, and
must
they
have-
actually got a match with the B team right away. Hey, good job, guys. You made TV and proved that you had jobs. Great. So, yeah.
That was good. That's
Yeah.
about all I can
That's-
say
yeah,
about
that's
that.
pretty
They
much all we
lost.
can say. Good job, yeah. It's quite good, really. What was good, though, The Miz. You can't deny The Miz. Haven't seen his show yet. Is it even out? I'm not sure.
I think it is.
Either way, it looks cool. And Miz's little attempt at the wake for Team Hell No, that's always funny. And then Daniel Bryan comes out and ruins everything because that's what
Because
he
they're
does.
gonna build up to the Miz versus Daniel Bryan.
Yeah,
at some
when's that
point.
gonna happen? It This should have
They're
been.
waiting for like WrestleMania or something big.
They need to really get working on that shit.
And we saw Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah,
That was interesting. That could
Yep.
be an interesting feud.
that wouldn't be too bad.
That would
It's-
help Roode out. He needs
Yeah,
something.
He definitely, the
It's
luster's
either that
gone.
or he needs James Storm and they become a tag team again.
Beer money
Yeah.
returns. That would be sweet. But Rude on his own, Rude's got so many years experience in it, and I mean he's been at it for so long. He shouldn't be treated just like
Well, there's
lost
just
in the shuffle.
yeah,
you
he's
know?
just been lost in the shuffle lately.
Kinda like Finn Balor. I think Finn's in the doghouse though.
I'm
Oh.
okay. I'm bored with Finn.
Uh,
I never understood how he got so popular anyway. He just happened to always be around other people that were cool. Yeah.
that's kind of how I feel about like Daniel Bryan. Just meh.
No way, Daniel Bryan's awesome. Yes. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Man, maybe we should just talk about SmackDown, the
Sure,
good
why
show.
don't we? Yeah.
What I consider the
The
A
good
show.
yeah.
Yeah.
The A game.
And it started with AJ versus.
Was that the beginning? I
think
don't know.
that was
Either
the
way,
beginning. That was a really good match.
who cares about anything else? That was by itself, AJ and almost. That was a really good match for.
A really, really
yeah,
good
for
match.
SmackDown.
He could. Hopefully, they don't lose. He doesn't get lost in the shuffle because
Yeah.
he's been pulling out good matches.
Yeah, from let's see, his CMLL stuff.
Well, once they partnered him with this, what are they calling her now? I forget what they call her in WWE. Once they
Oh,
partnered her with him with this
Selena
man.
Vargas.
Yeah,
or
yeah. I
something.
remember her from the TNA days.
Yeah. All I know is that back in the day he was a member of Los Ingobernables. And now he did a little shout out. He had that spot where he caught himself, did the Spider-Man in the ropes there. And
Yeah,
did the,
it was really cool.
a little shout out to Naito and the other boys. Naito's still out there representing him and Sonata and the others. But that's another story.
Yeah, that was
for
a
another
great
day.
match though.
Yeah. And then, of course, we also got...
Well, the Hardy Shinsuke, but that didn't last very long. But rumor
Yeah.
is Hardy's hurt. He's got a bunch of injuries, so he did it just to get off TV.
So, any chance of maybe a triple threat than him, Orton, and
Rumor
Shinsuke?
is that
and then-
Hardy's on the bench for a little while because he's got a bunch of nagging injuries.
Yeah.
Like he's
So-
having problems with his arms or like he just needs rest, is what everyone says.
Yeah.
So
Well, maybe they'll use this beating from Randy Orton as a
yeah,
way to take him off TV.
Yeah, that's what they did.
So
and now
what is-
and I was just wondering where the hell Randy Orton
Randy's
was.
back.
So,
It's nice to have you back. Sometimes
so
you're
that
there
makes
too
sense.
long, but hey,
him
he's back.
versus Shinsuke could be pretty good.
Yeah, and when are they going to put the Japanese flag on the U.S. title?
I
Come
doubt
on,
they are.
Shinsuke, come on, do it, dude. I mean, if Lance Storm can do it, why can't you?
And then we got to see a sweet female match of Becky Lynch and the goddess Mandy Rose.
Ah, yes.
Man, she's awesome. That
Nice,
was a really good match too. They're finally pumping Becky Lynch again, I think.
Yeah, she gave a little speech afterwards. Yeah, she's, I think, definitely wanting after the belt to get back in that hunt.
Oh, they need that to happen.
Yeah, she had the exploder, which
And
she
it
calls
would
the
make sense that
exploder.
maybe
She has
she
a nice.
would be next for
She would
Carmella
put her
or
in line,
something.
yeah, she wouldn't be bad.
Yeah.
But the Bexploder, her exploder suplex, she delivers that pretty nice.
and then the disarmor.
Yes, that is.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a basic.
Ah.
It hurts. It's a basic, easy to do type of submission move. So
It was
go
pretty
for it.
sweet. And then we saw Joe destroy Ty Dillinger.
Yeah.
Man, he was not a perfect 10 that night.
No, he was barely a 2.
Yeah.
Basically, he just got the only thing Ty's
There-
really got going for him is him and the stuff with R-Truth. R-Truth is hilarious. And he's gold.
And then the
Yeah,
Sanity
yeah.
versus New Day, Kofi versus Eric. That was sweet.
Yes.
Eric Young's a good worker.
I love Eric
Kofi's
Young.
been around forever.
Kofi's
so
been
you
around.
knew that was going to be a good match.
I think Eric really brought it seemed like Kofi was like, doing this thing, and Eric looks like that choke he had when he climbed up on, I don't know, it was first, second rope, and then he had his arm over Kofi's throat there, and he's just choking him using his leverage there. That was kind of cool. You don't see that often.
Yeah. He
So-
pulls out some random stuff.
Yeah.
It's cool.
And of course, the elbows and things that he drops are always good.
Yeah.
I think Eric Young might be, I think eventually maybe he'd be like, I don't need Sanity, he can do something else there. I hope they do something better. I hope he gets the spotlight at some point, because he's definitely that would be, I think he deserves it. He did so much for TNA / Impact for the longest
He
time.
was there forever.
He was a utility guy. He did everything they asked.
He was on Team
deserves-
Canada.
Yeah, Team Canada.
Oh man, and then tonight, what we're
Oh,
filming
yeah.
tonight, but this weekend is the big ROH event again.
Yeah, tonight.
We mentioned Madison Rain already.
Yeah, doing
Getting her chance to see if she'll end up with 2 belts or not by the end of the weekend.
Yeah.
Or if she's retiring.
Oh,
And
wouldn't
you
that?
got Marty versus Taven.
Yeah.
That should be a good one.
Yes, and I love the promo that Taven cut. You know,
I've always liked Taven.
if you're really
He just,
a villain, you'd be me.
yeah, I like
That was
Taven.
nice.
His problem was he just got injured at a horrible
Yeah,
time.
that
He
was
tore
the
his knee.
And
It was him and the King when it was like him and Mike Bennett
and Adam Cole.
Maria. No, before when Adam Cole was kind of iffy in it still.
Yeah.
But it was those 3 and they went to Japan and got the tag team belts for a minute and stuff. They were a cool team.
Yeah.
And then he tore his knee out.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And so now he's with these 2 jabronis.
They've
who are
been trying to
basically-
pump this 6-man tag team, but
Yeah.
it just seems like it's always them versus like a bunch of mixed guys that just threw it together.
Yeah, they had that. Well, their next opponents, I guess, are going to be the team of Chucky Taylor. Then it's got Kenny King and that Eli Isom guy, the new guy. Who,
Yeah, out of
so-
their
honor
stuff.
Yeah, what do you call it? Tournament of honor. Or,
Yeah, supposedly he's really good.
So
He's
yeah,
young.
the 3 of them. I thought they had a funny match. You know, Chucky T and Kenny King trying to do the handshake to fist bump. No, okay, handshake the fist bump. No, you know, funny stuff. Chucky T he's got that crazy smile. He looks like a psycho when he smiles.
He's the Kentucky Gentleman.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, he could be a serial killer.
Man,
gimmick,
and then
I mean.
what? Well, do we have to even mention Martinez versus Scorpio?
Yeah.
Is that punishment Martinez?
Yes.
Oh man, the only punishment is watching him.
I'd like to see
Why
it.
they keep pumping this guy is beyond me.
Yeah, I'd like to
There's
see
gotta
Scorpio.
be somebody better in the Indies.
Yeah, Scorpio.
He's
yeah.
old. He's not that good.
Scorpio's older too. He's been
Yeah.
around, but I wouldn't mind seeing Scorp with it for a bit. Let's see who else is coming up. There's the I can't read. Let's
Flip
see.
versus
Oh yeah,
Mickey James.
Mr. Mickey James. All this. This is the big one.
Yeah.
So, is this what happens here? I'm very, very doubtful Flip wins this, and we know Cody also thinks what he thinks of Flip.
Is this when they swerve and he wins it just long enough so he's booked into All In? And this is how he gets booked into All In, is by winning the title out of nowhere? I doubt it, but
Yeah.
it's an interesting little concept.
Yeah, I don't know
They've
how they're
been
going to
building
get
this
Flip
all
in
up
there.
for him to win this
I don't
big
know how
title,
they're
and
gonna
then,
do
and
that.
then he'll lose it to Cody or something like that.
Yeah. I don't
Oh
know.
man, it could be crazy.
I think Cody. Do you think Cody, if he got the NWA title, do you think? I mean, he, you know, I mean, he does have contracts with New Japan and with
Yeah, but what's
Ring
the
of
end,
Honor.
besides the
What he can
what's
do.
the NWA title? It's like the whole
10
company is
pounds of gold.
one guy going around to other companies.
Yeah, and
I mean,
well,
they
for right
eventually
now,
need to do something else. It's about time they need to put on their own show or something.
It's going to take a little
'Cause-
bit, but
I mean, how long can they just have one guy like representing the whole company?
I think Sinclair is owns. I think they own WGN. Yeah, WGN. They own WGN, I believe, because when they bought the Tribune, I think they got that in there. They had to sell some stuff off, but why doesn't Billy Corgan do? I mean, I remember watching NWA, WCW early morning stuff on WGN back in the day. Gordon
Well, but
Sullivan
if it's
was the
Sinclair
boss.
Network, they've already got a wrestling promotion.
Well, they can have another one. It's just one is on
Eh,
these
you
channels,
wouldn't- but you-
and
you
WGN
know.
is in Chicago, and so is Billy Corgan.
You wouldn't.
So,
I don't
hey,
know though. You wouldn't
pitch it.
really, but then pay another company to be on your network, when you've got your own.
Well, either that, or you just have more companies that are associated with the NWA.
I'm
and,
just saying
yeah.
that it's time for them to. It's time for them to take another step.
Yeah,
And I don't know if maybe that's adding a second belt so there's more than one guy.
yeah, tag
'Cause, I mean,
belts. Yeah,
And it just needs. It's just time for something to happen.
yeah,
We've heard about it now for like 2 years, and what
Yeah.
have they really done?
yeah.
I mean,
don't
it's-
hear
it's-
Billy talk much about it.
No, it's just
Uh.
Mr. Mickey James going around.
Doing his thing. Well, at least he's representing. the
Yeah.
club. At least he's doing that much. So, yeah, good on him for that. So Besides
And
that,
there's the Addiction versus the
Oh,
Bucks
yeah.
versus the Briscoes.
Versus
That's
Briscoe.
just gonna
That
be
one is-
crazy.
that
I mean, that's
one, yeah.
old school ROH. I mean, that's ROH for a few years now. The Briscoes,
Yeah.
Addiction, and Bucks. So that's
Yeah.
gonna just be crazy. We all know that's super kicks everywhere, and
oh yeah, super kicks.
it's gonna be a crazy match.
Did someone say super kick? Super kick party! Now introducing the segment that's gonna make us famous, Noel's super kick of the week. Noel spends any and all his free time going through every super kick that happened over the past week and brings you, the fans, the best super kick of the week. And now presenting Noel's super kick of the week. Super kick party!
All right, time for Noel's super kick of the week. Ugh, I can't get my leg up that high. Anyway, this week's super kick comes from the Extreme Rules pay-per-view. We had Kevin and Braun in the steel cage, and it was pretty sweet. Kevin takes a big bump at the end. But I'm going to give the super kick going to Kev. And right after he jacks him in the jaw, he also delivers a little cannonball. So, it's a match that Kevin won, but really in the long run, I didn't win. So, I'm going to give him super kick of the week. It's well worth it for all the pain and suffering he did. Get better real soon, Kev. And that's all for this week. And yeah, I don't know. Who do you think? You think Briscoes retain, or you think?
I could see the Briscoes retaining.
Yeah.
The only reason they wouldn't is because All In's coming in.
Mm.
But I see the Briscoes are ROH all the way, So yeah.
Besides the.
Besides that, David Arquette was under a mask this week and wrestled
and then he
in
was
in a Mexican down in Mexico somewhere. He was
on
under a
Mexico
mask.
Way. Yeah, and
Supposedly
then,
he wants to pull out this gimmick of him being a magician.
yeah. Now you see his career, now you don't.
Yeah. Oh, he's behind the stage now making money,
Yeah,
producing. That's where the real money's at. No?
Yes, it is. Well, the match he had in Championship Wrestling in Hollywood, that wasn't very long, but he did deliver a cutter, and he did dive off the top rope outside. It looked like he was a little shaky up there.
Yeah, he's been training.
Yeah, so yeah, it was interesting to see. I think he actually had the crowd behind him. So, he did the bang for DDP after he delivered the cutter. That was kind of cool. So, a little shout out. Let's see, what else have we got going? Okay, besides that, what else? Oh yeah, Jay White, your hero, Jay White.
Yeah, Switchblade. He's good.
He's probably gonna own the G1.
Oh,
this year.
they've been pumping him. Yeah, we all knew this was gonna happen.
I love his little catchphrase. Open your lungs and breathe with me. It's kind of scary.
Yeah,
so.
they're definitely pumping him to be like the next Kenny Omega or something like that.
Yeah, he has good things coming. He stays healthy and whatnot. So yeah, that's definitely he's a guy. I mean, yeah, he lost his belt to Juice Robinson, but I think they're pushing him in the G1. So yeah, at some
they're
some
totally
point,
pushing
yeah,
him.
he's
He's gonna be up there, and they're pushing him to main event all the way. He's Switchblade, man.
Yeah, or long.
And then this week, man, Noel, Hulk Hogan's back in the Hall of Fame. He is a real American.
Yeah, I'm American.
And
too,
I've heard
so.
maybe he'll be back on TV soon.
I'm sticking with Titus Worldwide and the New Day, saying, stick to your guns, guys. If you're really not moved by what Hogan said as an apology, mainly saying, be careful what you say because somebody might film it. But, instead of saying the rest of the time, though, you can say what you like, all kinds of stuff about people and race and whatever. Either way, Hogan, you're a scumbag. And I want New Day and Titus Worldwide, stick to your guns on that. If he's going to make a real showing, and Vince, don't pander. Don't give us this, all of a sudden Bobby Lashley becomes the champ and Hogan comes down to raise his hand. Oh, he's the first black Universal champ. Okay.
No, they're not having that happen because they're hoping that Brock Lesnar will win the UFC title and then they'll have both.
Yeah, that'll be great.
Double champion. It'd be crazy.
Yeah, Brock, I got 2 words for you. Suck it. There you go.
Brock's gonna enter the UFC ring with the WWE championship on.
Yeah.
The
Nice of
Universal.
somebody to hit him.
Yeah, it's gonna be sweet. Just
Yeah.
to show their dominance because Fox is dropping all the UFC stuff for WWE.
Yeah, I wonder why. Because the UFC is
Boring.
more fake. Than
And by doing that, then they get probably first take at the XFL coming. Ooh, man, I'm pumped.
I totally forgot about
Real
that.
football, Noel, for real fans like you. Yeah.
I only watch college ball.
Extreme.
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome. Vince will put on a good football league.
Yeah, Vince. You know, I don't even think.
Well,
he cares.
damn, Noel, I think that's pretty much the whole show this
Yeah,
week,
pretty
right?
much. Yeah.
Man, a lot
Pretty
to
much.
talk about.
Yeah.
Noel's sweating under all these lights.
Yeah.
Oh man, he has to wear sunglasses. And oh no, we forgot about Tony Sly.
Oh,
We couldn't get him
crap.
on.
Tony.
Oh man, we ran out of time for Tony Sly this week. But
Did he eat the Skittles?
I think he did eat all the Skittles too.
Yeah, the one time he wanted the M&Ms, he said Skittles.
Well, last time when he came to prep, we had a box of raisins out, and then the raisins were gone
Yeah.
when he left. I don't know what happened to these raisins. Who takes a box of raisins?
Tony Sly.
I guess. Yeah, but we'll get him on the show next. We'll get him back in the studio next week. We'll have an extra box of raisins for him, and we'll get him to talk about local pro wrestling.
We'll just lock him in the bathroom.
He
can
should
wait
be
till
around
next
town
week.
because of the big event happening in our area.
Yeah.
He comes down for that.
Yes, Austin Aries will be there. Booker T will be there. Brian Cage will be there. Who else is going to be there? There's a number
Wes
of people.
Briscoe.
Yes, Wes Briscoe. Who else?
The
There's-
Revival are
yeah,
there for a
Revival's
pizza
showing up.
party.
Yeah, for,
I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be at the
Yes.
pizza party, Dole.
That sounds pretty sweet. Save me a slice.
I'm gonna be eating pizza with the Revival.
Why not?
Like, yeah, top guys.
Well, if that's,
I think
all
that's pretty much all
yeah,
our show now
pizza
that
party.
we've offended Tony Sly
Yeah, and Hulk Hogan.
and Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, screw you. And Brock Lesnar.
Well, I didn't offend Brock Lesnar. I like Brock Lesnar. I like what they're doing. I think it's cool. You know, it's just angering everybody, but everyone, you know.
Overpaid prima donna.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
And not prima donna. I mean, they gave him this contract.
Yeah.
You know, whose fault is it really?
It's Vince's
It's
and
their
the
fault
fact
for
that
giving
he
for being like
comes in
sure.
and throws a lazy match.
He probably threw out a ton of stuff, and this is what they agreed on. So the fact that they gave him all this, I mean,
Yeah,
more power
stupid.
to him.
Yeah,
Good for him.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, we'll talk more about it next time.
Yeah, next
I'm
week
sure
should be
it'll still
crazy
driving me
episode.
nuts. Yeah. So for the Cody and Norrell's, Cody and
It's Noel and Cory's Positively Awesome Pro Wrestling
I
Show.
can't speak
Noel.
after this. I'm sweating.
Our tagline, Noel, is
Yeah.
it's positively awesome.
One of these days I will remember. I promise you. I'll write it
All
on my
right,
hand.
Noel, let's end the show.
Oh, jeez.
See you guys next week, Saturday, 6:05 Eastern.
Take it easy.
Cory.